Hello YouTube land, this is Jeremy from the Practical IT channel. In this episode we're going to take a look at the Disco Dingo Server to make a full pair with our Disco Dingo desktop that we did a couple of days ago. This is the pre-beta version of Ubuntu 19.04. Again, this is pre-beta. This is not stable software. Please do not use this for your daily driver server. So without further delay, let's get started. All right, we have our VirtualBox here, and we're going to go ahead and get the installation going. For those of you that are interested, I have given this machine 2 gigs of RAM, 2 processor cores, 16 megs video memory. It's on the VM SVGA graphics controller, and everything else is pretty much standard. It is a 30 gig virtual hard disk. So we're going to go ahead and do English and install Ubuntu Server. And English again, United States. We're not going to detect the keyboard. English one more time and again. And we'll buzz through this hopefully in fairly short order. Of note, while this is doing its install process, there was a recent video that made the claim that Ubuntu was going to drop support for deb packages. There's been, since this video was put out, again this is not my video, but since this video was put out, there's been an article, and hopefully the YouTube person has released an update to his video, but that was a proposal by a person that is not at Canonical. It was not an official proposal. And there is nothing to worry about. Canonical is not dropping support for deb packages in 19.04. And honestly, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Okay, full name for new user. Username. We're going to do this the same as we did for the desktop version. Ubuntu for the username and Ubuntu for the password. My goal is to make this available as a download for you, my loyal followers, and then you can play with it to your heart's content. One thing that should be noted is that since I am building this on the Mac version of VirtualBox, if you're running Windows or Linux, you will probably have to make some adjustments as far as the name of the bridged network adapter. Not a big deal. If you spend 5 minutes playing around and you follow any error messages that you get, you should be able to figure this out. This install is actually going rather smoothly so far. Usually the server version does not have that many changes other than updating different packages. And so you're not really going to see a huge problem, generally speaking, between one version and the next. Now, again, especially when you're dealing with a server, please, I beg you, stick with the LTS versions. If you're just playing around, if you're experimenting, great. If you're running something mission critical, stay with the LTS versions. I cannot stress this enough. All right. We are about 5 minutes going on 5.5 minutes, and I think we're making some pretty good progress on this install. This will be a short video, or at least shorter than the desktop video. I do not anticipate the issues that we had with the desktop version. I'll be right back as soon as this finishes. Okay, so the only thing that I normally install when I go through and install the server version of Ubuntu is OpenSSH. And the reason for that will be evident in just a few moments. All right, yes, we're going to write grub to the master boot record. Here we go. All right, installation is complete. Continue. All right, we're going to go ahead and log in. Ubuntu, password is the same thing. Again, if you're going to download this virtual machine OVA file, please change the password as the first thing you do. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to find out what my IP address is. So IP space A, and we are 172.16.74.230, which is fine. We'll log out, and I'm going to bring over my terminal. And I'll make this a little bit larger so everybody can see. And we want to connect, yes. And asking for the password. So the first thing you can see is that there are 25 packages that can be updated. And so we're going to go ahead and get those updated right now. So again, if you haven't seen my other videos, sudo apt update && sudo apt upgrade -y is going to do check for updates, and if that command finishes successfully, it is going to go ahead and install those updates. And so that's what we're doing right now, and this should go through fairly quick and be ready for us to poke around a little bit. And it's giving us a warning. The init ramfs image may not contain crypt setup binaries nor crypto modules. And it tells you what you can do if that's on purpose. So, go ahead and run top. Pretty standard stuff here. Nothing too out of the ordinary. We can push through and see how much of our disks that we're using. du-h on slash, and after it runs through all of our files on the system, it should tell us. And so as you can see on the screen, we are running Linux kernel 4.19. It remains to be seen whether they will bump this up to 5.0 before the release in April. I think it's getting a little close to the cutoff on whether they'll do that or whether they'll go for something past the 5.0 release for 19.10. for October this year, but this is the fun of Linux. This is the anticipation of new releases and testing things out and seeing what new features and kernel updates they put in. There's not much really to do with this here. We've got our basic install done. We are connected from my Mac to the virtual machine so we know that SSH is running properly. If you were going to set this up for longer term testing, you may consider installing something like Cockpit on it and be able to have a web-based administration panel for it. But for the sake of keeping this video short, I'm going to cut this off here. I want to remind everybody one more time that this is pre-release software, and as such, do not install this as your full-time production server. It is not ready, and I still recommend sticking with the LTS versions for your servers especially, and keep that support going for the full 2+ years. So on that note, this is Jeremy signing off for Practical IT. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, please subscribe, and click the bell icon for notifications. If all goes well and I'm able to export this virtual machine without any issue, you will find a link down below. This may not happen immediately, but hopefully within a couple days after the release of the video, you will be able to find that link down there and be able to grab this virtual machine and test to your heart's content. Until next time, thank you for watching. Have a great day.